Hello. So today I was inspired by my friend Colin, who has been doing a lot of his reviews outside while hiking. So that's where I am now, if you're wondering where I am. But today I wanted to do a review on Disclosure Day by Steven Spielberg. This came out this year. It's a recent review or a recent release. And this is one that I feel like was very sort of quaint, but not in a negative way. Like, it felt like I was watching a movie from the 2000s. And I'm somebody who does not really like Steven Spielberg, I'll be honest. I really like his sci-fi and creature features. So Jaws, Jurassic Park, and Close Encounters with the Third Kind. I think those are his best movies. I think he does his best when he has really relatable characters, really sort of like attainable objectives and challenges that the characters have to go through. And this movie is all about sort of the conspiracy around the U.S. government around aliens. And Emily Blunt is a newscaster who just got hired on. She's doing her very first weather forecasting. And during this forecasting, as you see in the trailer, she sort of starts speaking an alien tongue. And no one really knows what's going on. And I was really actually kind of enjoying the movie by this point, because that's like the first 30 minutes, I will say, was a lot of groundwork being made. And I'm somebody who, I don't mind a slow pace, but this movie is about 2.5 hours, way too long. I don't think it needs to be that long. There was really nothing bad about the movie, though. And there was a lot of sort of reviews that I saw online saying that this movie felt just very stupid. I don't know, like, just the reviews that I saw was like, I didn't know what was going on. It seemed like they were just throwing a lot of stuff at the wall. But I feel like that wasn't the case at all. I feel like this movie was very easy to understand. And the things that people were not liking was sort of the introduction of the telekinesis stuff, because that comes in about the quarter of the way through the movie, excuse me. But this was something that I thought was actually really interesting about the movie, because this is something that the U.S. government has tried to do, is discover telekinesis. And in the world of the movie, it is real. So these characters who are able to use telekinesis, they're part of this corporation. They're trying to find this alien artifact so that they can capitalize on it and be able to make money off of it. And Emily Blunt kind of gets wrapped up in this conspiracy with the aliens and with the corporation who is trying to reach her and find her because she's able to understand the alien language. And there's also this sort of like resistance group, which I feel like is in every single sci-fi movie, is that you always have to have a resistance group. It's a trope that I think is pretty cool, I guess, but I'm just kind of tired of it during this movie, making sure there's no snake below me. But this was a pretty fun movie, but the issue I had with it was the pacing. 2.5 hours long. It was way too long. I felt like the scenes just moved way too slow. There was a lot of trimming that, in my head, I was like, I would take out this section. There's a little too many reaction shots, but they sort of always have this moment of realization, and the music swells, and it really kind of becomes sort of like a scene that kind of gets stuck in your head. But that's like early Spielberg, I feel like. But with this movie, there were way too many shots of people slowly reacting to everything. And I was like, I get it. I get it, Spielberg. I am tired of this. And the only way I was able to keep myself awake was thinking about sort of how this movie fit within the canon of Spielberg. And I think it's a better movie by him, but still, like, a lot of people loved Ready Player One. I did not like it whatsoever, but a lot of people seem to love it. And I feel like the same issues go through this one, except the issue with Ready Player One, is that it gave me a headache because it was just constant noise being thrown at you the entire time. And I saw it in theaters, so it was very awful watching that movie. But this movie was more just really slow. And the character work was great. The story work was great. I think Emily Blunt was the best cast member in this movie. She was fantastic. She's the one who held this movie. And I don't think there were any other actors who I really was invested in throughout the movie. I only really liked the male lead only because he had like a fun chemistry with Emily Blunt. But other than that, I just really did not care for his character because he's part of this sort of resistance group and he's trying to deliver the alien artifact. And I don't know, I'd be okay if Spielberg retired and kind of like boosted up other people. Like, I don't know. I guess he's been doing that for a long time anyways, but I don't think this movie was worth the watch, is sort of what I'm thinking. If you've never seen a Spielberg movie before and never seen sort of how his movies go or anything like that, this is a great introduction, I guess. But I think the issue is that it's just so quaint. Like, there were a lot of parts where I was watching this movie and I was like, it feels like someone from another Earth created it, because there was a lot of points in the movie where I was like, they really could have gone another direction and made it more interesting. But Spielberg just plays so safely by the numbers. And I think that's why his movies are so successful, is that it kind of gets you to thinking about aliens and, you know, is there life out there? And, you know, does our government know about it? Are they covering it up? Like, I love those questions. I love thinking about it. I'm a huge alien guy. I love sci-fi. I'm having my summer of sci-fi series, and this is part of it. But, like, it just felt so kind of, like, by the numbers and uninspired, I will say. And I don't want to say that AI wrote the script. I don't think it did, because Spielberg did not write the script. Someone else did. But he just directed it, which I think is usually when he does his best, is when he does not write his own scripts. But I just really did not care about this movie. I was really kind of bored by it. I thought it was the better Spielberg movie. I mean, it's not as good as Jaws and Jurassic Park, of course, or Close Encounters. But the thing about Close Encounters is that I prefer this movie over Close Encounters. That was the question that I was struggling with a lot when I was thinking about doing this review and thinking about what I felt about the movie, is that Close Encounters, I have slept every single time when I play it. That movie gets so slow. The music is so like a lullaby, like easing you into sleep. And the performances just do not do anything for me. At least this movie, the thing that I liked the most is that they kept changing settings and they had really great actors who were delivering the lines great. But again, Emily Blunt was the best and she was the most interesting. But I just really did not care about anybody else in the cast. But I think that's really all I have to say about this movie. I thought it was good. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10, I will say. It's above average of Spielberg's, but I think it's nowhere near the length of, or the heights of Jaws and Jurassic Park. So it's fine. It's whatever. I'm not really upset about it, but that's all for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.